It's Jason Slode from Explosive Speed. I usually don't go through this. I haven't done any videos in a while since we haven't trained in probably about a year. It's been a while, and the reason why is we stopped from the exact training and we're going into more building our own equipment. We have the patented L bands right now that we've had for about I think 8 years with it. So, but each now we're going larger equipment. That is based off the methodology we used when it came to training the athletes with Explosive Speed. So we're going through now that process of building the prototypes, going through the patent process, and then testing out. So right now we have our first one, the L Accel. It's a part of 12 so far, but we're probably going to have more equipment than that. But this is at least the first part for me personally to test out before I give it to one of the high schools to test out under our other trainer, Richie Enders, who also coaches at Central Dolphin East here in Harrisburg, PA. So, but I'll tell you a little bit about the equipment before you see these videos in the upcoming probably months before, like I said, I hand it over to Richie for the high school to use. What you're looking at is more of a horizontal piece of equipment. So what it is, get the camera work on this a little bit here, like I said, more personal, but you look at a jump board we use at the Explosive Speed web or the facility that we started in Harrisburg in 2010. It's portable. It has the bands themselves coming out, so you can do jumps coming out. You can do more resistance coming out. We love the large rubber bands, add resistance and the aspect of the control and balance coming back into the pad and that. So here, I'm going to whip around here to actually show you also this part of it. So what you're also looking at is two sides. So I have this side over here, and then we go to this side. So you can have two people on either side, and then you also have the bars themselves up top that go through different aspects. This right here for these, we still have some modifications to do. So you have the resistance here with the bands, but also the pull bar itself, and the chain connecting to the middle bar that also connects the bands in the middle. But we have to change this a little bit. We're going to do a more circular. I thought this would work actually, but it's not going to work the best I want. But it's going to have a more circular bar or tubing that will be a lot stronger. So we're looking at probably about 250 pounds to hold. So, but like I said, what you're looking at here is pretty much a replica of what we did against the wall at our facility, putting pads. But this is one where you're going to be able to transport it. Let me go a little lower here and show you. We've got the wheelbase. Now a little dirty because I was moving outside, but the wheelbase infrastructure with the bands coming out of the pole, so you can go a lot of side angles or side type of rotations. So you're looking at pretty much a four-person machine. But also when it comes to the weights, you have right now I have 325s on each corner. But you can go 345. So right now, you got 375s. So you're looking at, what is it, 75, 150, 300 pounds. But you can always go up to 550 as far as support. For me, myself, the 300 is fine. But if you have some larger linemen, or your guys are maybe 250, maybe four guys, 250 on it, you might want to go safer with putting on the 345s on each corner and that. So adds added resistance. You can fold it up, transport it. And I'm going to put this on our website also. Like I said, we're breaking away from the training itself. Maybe we'll get back to it once we get the 12 or 13 pieces done or more. So we'll have actually a specific location where we won't need a lot of distance for the running and for the explosion. But this was a huge part of our training where it came to that vertical explosion, that reaction, that strength, doing multiple aspects when it comes to medicine balls, doing it by itself, ab work, core work. There'll be some really neat aspects I'm really going to go off of when it comes to the bar up top. So when it comes to the bar up here, with using bands for assisted explosion, just to practice that reaction. And then also different upper body aspects when it comes to dealing with it. So you'll see in the next couple months me going through my garage because that's where I built it, where I want to do it myself. Everything I want to do is always myself, so I know exactly what I'm doing, and what I'm thinking in the process. So you have somebody else do it. It takes a little time to go through it. They might not see exactly what you want, so it takes a little time if you're adding something else. Now, it's obviously taking time for me when it comes to the welding, putting it together, but I know exactly where everything needs to be, so when it comes to changing it, I can change it with no problem also, because I know exactly what I want from the machine. So it took a little more time to do, but kind of doing it yourself is always the best way, especially when it comes to something you know about with your experience, with your knowledge. So with me, you know, even when I did the bands, I went through all the prototypes myself. I think we had 9 or 10 of them here. It's a little more difficult because we're doing the welding, so you're not going to have 9 or 10 because I guess can't afford you know, 10 or 11 different types of it. So a good aspect here, know exactly what I want to change when it comes to selling. We'll have these up on the market for sale probably within the next, I'd say 4 or 5 months with it, but I need to go through, test it out rigorously with my aspects and know what what we can do, what it is possible, even though I know from the training, going through yourself, you're always going to find out more types of drills, especially when I hand it over to Richie with the CDs, football players. They're going to go through a lot of aspects where Richie's going to find out things that I didn't even think about. So, you know, that'll be a very extensive, whether it's, experiment research, training examples that we can get from those athletes using it, and what to do and what not to do with it. So, but anyways, you'll have this available. You can email me, respond to me with anything, any questions. But this is something compared to the bands that's a lot more easy to translate for different sports and different athletes. The bands are a little more specific. I still love the bands. It's just hard for people to use, just because it's very focused when it comes to work on the hips, when it comes to speed to explosion reaction. So very tough to do. I mean, these are very tough also. But you're seeing more athletes will be able to use these compared to maybe not as much of the vision when someone sees it to buy the L bands. That might not be as I guess it's functional, best word to say, when it comes to them buying it. So anyways, keep an eye out for all these videos. Let me know your responses. Let me know advice you guys might have. Any advice will be perfect with that. Okay? Take care, and I look